Now, like many of you, I've invested in HEPA dust collectors, HEPA dust extractors, all different kinds of face masks. But what does it all mean? Today, we're going to use this air quality monitor and we're going to find out. Let's get started. Now, I invested in this air quality monitor. I've been using this for the last couple of months, really to monitor the quality of the air in my shop in a number of different settings with different tools. And I was kind of surprised by some of the results. Now, I bought this Life Basis air quality monitor on Amazon for about 60 bucks. It's a great mid-range system with good ratings. Very easy to use. You press and hold the button. It's got a really nice display of all the data. You can page forward to see the next page of data. It's got a little tab on the back so you can set it up so it can collect that air quality information. It beeps when the air quality is bad, so it lets you know that, and you can see it on the display because it changes colors as well. It measures 3 different sizes of particle counts: temperature, humidity, AQI, CO2, and TVOCs. That's pretty good for 60 bucks. Been very happy with this. I would highly recommend it, and I'll leave a link in the description. Now, let's go ahead and experiment with some of those scenarios and measure the results and see what happens. I wanted to have a baseline to work with, so I took measurements inside my house, outside my house, and in the garage before I started any cutting. You'll see that data a little bit later. I also started with the bigger tools connected to my 1.5 horsepower Grizzly HEPA dust collector. I've not modified any dust collection on any of these tools from the factory standards. I collected all the data that the Life Basis monitor had to offer, but my focus was really on particle count for 3 different sizes of particles: 1 microgram per cubic meter, 2.5, and 10. I also collected the overall AQI score that you'll see in a table I created later of the final results. I did not concern myself with VOCs nor CO2, which really didn't change during the entire measurement process. I took measurements without dust collection, with dust collection, and with dust collection and air filtration in the shop. As expected, I quickly realized that dust collection makes a big difference, but I also realized that air filtration really has a positive impact in the shop. At one point, I even had the fan on without cutting anything and no air filtration, and the dust levels quickly reached alarming levels. I continued to evaluate just about every tool in my shop to understand which areas needed most improvement in dust management. Now, let's take a look at the final data. For those of you that love data, here's the average reading I recorded over the last 3 months. As you can imagine, there are several factors that influence these readings. For example, sanding versus cutting, the type of wood, the length of the cut. You get the idea. That's why I did this over several months, and that's why I still put my monitor out frequently to see if my environment has changed. For reference again, the particles, identified as PM on the chart, are measured in micrograms per cubic meter. And as you can see, there are 2 areas of focus for me in the future: my bandsaw and my router. Here's what I learned from my new air quality monitor. First, the dust collection at the source is always the best. I always thought this, but the data proves it. With the big tools, I've done a good job. With some of the smaller tools, I still need to make improvements. Second, I'm surprised the significant benefits of the room air filtration system. It filters down to 1 micron and it's well worth the money. Collection on my edge sander and drum sander were pretty good considering all the fine dust they create. Bandsaws are always an issue and mine is no exception. I'm going to look at making improvements in dust collections here. And finally, with my small shop, I can scrub the entire shop in roughly 5 minutes with air filtration. I can also open the garage door and turn on the fan and get similar results. Well, hey, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I got a lot out of this. For 60 bucks, I've got a peace of mind that I'm breathing quality air. I turn this on all the time in the shop to really understand what environments are causing problems for me and in what environments it's healthy for me to work. I love doing woodworking and I want to do it in a healthy fashion, and this allows me to do that. If you like today's video, please hit the like button. I appreciate the feedback. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, well, hey, this is a good chance to do that. This is Dave with Level Up Woodworking, and I'll see you next time.